Radio Jamaica, active for the good of our nation.
Active for the good of our nation. You're listening to Hotline on Radio Jamaica 94 FM. Tell you what, I want you to earn some money. I want you to grow your business. I have Jaqueline Lloyd-Carter, who is a micro and small enterprises MSE financing specialist at the JBDC. She has a whole range of other kinds of knowledge as well. Good morning. How are you? Welcome to Hotline.
I'm fine, thank you. And thank you for having me.
Yes, good to have you too.
Yes.
Yes. So, how have you been?
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Grateful.
Okay,
That's
good.
The word.
All right. So, we do know that MSMEs, well, thank God the data are pointing up that certainly since the last couple of years, certainly the last decade, and with the intervention of the JBDC, we have seen an uptick in the number of small, micro, and medium enterprises that have been surviving. They used to have higher failure rates.
Yes.
But there are financial considerations, many of which many of which just require some navigation by people who can actually guide them. They have knowledge otherwise, but they just don't know how to go through the storm.
Right.
Speak to us about financial readiness.
All right. So pretty much that's what JBDC is here for, helping the entrepreneurs to become ready and to access financing from various forms. So we here at the JBDC, we help the clients in order to increase their capacity building, to understand the market and to be able to go to any organization, whether it's for a grant, a loan, or equity, in order to build their companies. So we have, as my title says, MSC, we have mostly micro organizations that we deal with, but we go right across the spectrum. But the micro organizations, what we do with them mostly is that we ensure that they understand all the requirements in order to get financing for their companies. So first of all, we ensure that they are compliant even in terms of becoming formalized, registered, and I know you had somebody speaking about that last week. We ensure that they have their bank accounts opened. We ensure that they are tax compliant. So that is how we assist them for all that the requirements that the banks would have or the different grant agencies would have. We help them to meet those requirements so that they can access financing.
Okay. So what are the nuts and bolts? What are the steps?
Well, all the entrepreneurs, when they come to JBDC, there's an assessment that is done. You have some persons who will come and they know what they want. They know that they want some funding. They know that they need help with opening a bank account. So they will come to us. They are then referred to the financial supporting officers through me. And then what we do is we do another assessment, because the initial assessment that would have been done would have been an overall assessment as to where they are and what needs they have. Then when they come to the finance unit now, we do a financial assessment, identify the gaps that are there. So if they come and they want a bank account, we ensure that they have all that is necessary to have a bank account, a projection, all of that. We ensure that they understand even the rudiments of their business in terms of costing and pricing. Do they have a proper costing and pricing tool? Do they have their tax compliance certificate? Because the banks will need all of those if they're going through the banks. And if they're getting a grant, whether it's through DBJ or any other grant agencies like PART, they would also have certain requirements. And so we would identify where the gaps are, and we would assist them in filling those gaps.
Oh, okay, wonderful. So, do you assist also in increasing capacity, not just giving access, pointing you in the right direction? Do you do any kind of training as well?
Oh, certainly, a lot of training. So we have different types of training. So as I mentioned earlier, where persons have just started business, depending on the stage of their business, whether it's ideation, early stage, or even the mid stage of their business, we have fundamentals of training where we look at costing and pricing, where we look at the record keeping. We also have starting a business training. We look at record keeping, forecasting, budgeting, all of that. So we build their capacity and help them to understand their business, where they have management accounts. So in terms of their record keeping, some persons just have their receipts lying down. So we advise them, how to keep their receipts and how to put it in a particular order in order to assist them to access financing when they're called on to say, what's your revenue? How much did you earn last year?
Okay.
Some entrepreneurs are not able to say how much they earned. So when they put the records together, we're able to assist them or guide them in the training session. And there are outputs in the training session, so we ask them to be able to show us a 1-year budget, and
okay.
Right. And
Okay.
even during the training, we look at budgeting, and we look at your actual. We help them to identify the variances. What are the differences? Why did I not make the revenue I intended to make, and all of that. Right.
So basically, what you do, you ask them about the past, and then you ask them about what the future is, and then you guide them as to what the future should be.
If they had started before.
If they had started before, right?
Right. And if they hadn't started, we also show them how to budget, how to look ahead, how to forecast, and say to them, explain to them what they will need. Because even if they haven't started and they will need a bank account or so, they will have to show the bank some forecast.
Okay, wonderful, great. Understanding that now. Okay, great. So the easy question is, how do we find you? How do we access you? How does an average individual who has an idea, right, but wants to move past idea? Yes.
Okay. Well, we have SBDCs all over Jamaica. We cover the entire Jamaica. We're not necessarily in every parish, but we do support all parishes. You can find us at www.jbdc.net, and our head office. We have a phone number 928-516125, and we also have IG, Facebook at SBDC Jamaica on social media.
Okay, all right.
Right.
So, don't want to have any particular bias because I live in Kingston, but
Yes.
the large population is in Kingston, right?
Yes,
That's it,
yes.
right. So,
That's right.
but if you are in the western part of Jamaica, so you're somewhere between Hanover, Trelawney, Westmoreland, and Montego Bay. All right, drop in St. Elizabeth too. Okay.
Yes.
All
We
right.
cover those
So,
parishes.
right. Tell me, right. So you are somebody. No, you're in Lucy, right? Green Island.
Yes.
Let's go to Green Island, right there, right, right. Tell me how to find you.
Okay, so we
Yeah.
are we have a SBDC, JBDC office in Westmoreland. The address, I don't know the address on the top of
But
my
there's one
head,
in
but
there's one in Westmoreland.
There is one in Westmoreland.
Yes.
There is also one in Montego Bay. And Westmoreland covers Westmoreland and Hanover. And we do trainings in those regions from time to time. And once you call the number, you go on the website. It details where you can find all of the offices.
Okay, got you. All right, wonderful. Well, I want to thank you for speaking with us, but also thank you for the yeoman work that you have been doing, you and your entire team, from the most senior to the most junior member of staff at the JBDC. I've watched your progress over the last 23 years, and you're doing a lot of good work. Thank you so much. Walk good.
Thank you, Dr. Taylor. Thank you for having me.
Well, yeah, walk good, but don't walk too far. So I just had Jaqueline Lloyd-Carter, who is the Micro and Small Enterprises Financing Specialist at the Jamaica Business Development Corporation. We just did Grow Your Business.